Quay. Hi, Ed. Hi. Can we talk, please? I hate losing people in my life, Ed. When change takes them and turns them into something I don't recognize, I went nuts. I go nuts. And, can we talk to you about one guy, please? His name was Seth Esquith. I met this kid in 10th grade German class back in high school. Goofier than shit. Tried to struggle to be a good student, but maybe not so much. He did like a skip class on some occasions, but this guy, he just wanted people to like him. Among very several misfits I grew up with. Mark Finlayson and him had a rivalry like you would not believe. Mark Finlayson's still alive and still around. And I haven't talked to the guy in a hell of a long while. But I'm loading up videos to post out there on Facebook. Capture their attention and everyone else's. Now, Seth, there was one thing I never knew he was. Transgender. And I had an issue over it. I didn't know what the hell they were back then. He was ashamed and afraid of everybody else just tearing his ass apart left and right, and I don't blame him. There was still a stigma back then. Still is to this day. Still is to this day, Ed. And it still scares the hell out of me. I knew this kid as a goopy kid. He screwed up in school so much that there was a continuation school next door that he could finish up his high school, and I'd never graduate with the kid. But he would leave, and he would go into the military. A few years he had tried to survive in that place. Some things happened where we separated one way or another. After I got out of high school, I lost track of a lot of my high school friends I liked. Until years later when I discovered the things that they've done. Seth went in the military. I don't think he served in war or anything else like that, but apparently he tried. But somehow the things he did, what he did, I learned him decommissioning. Not to mention, almost just as bad as worse, dishonorable. Not until I got into social media over the past almost 20 years when it came out, and I looked up old Seth. He had changed into a woman. And apparently, I think he was ostracized by his family. I never saw him again. The guy who I remembered as Seth Esquith changed into a woman. And I couldn't deal with that one. I couldn't. I didn't know who he was anymore. He was trying to tell me this was who he was all the time. All I know was the facade that he showed me. And then you know what a Hollywood set is like. Have you ever been to a studio tour before, or you'd see some of the stuff on screen that some of them will look like it was fake, like Western sets or something like that. But then you'd look beyond what the exterior looked like, and you saw the supports. I didn't see Seth's support. I remembered the facade. And that was the thing I remembered more of, was that. Of what he wanted to show me in high school and when he was in the Army. I had accepted that, that was it. There was another guy who probably would have freaked out about it, Kelly Layton. I couldn't find this guy for anything after he got into the Navy. I don't know whatever happened to him. God bless his soul. God bless him. Because he was also a good friend of mine as well in high school. High-strung, had family issues as well. Who didn't have family issues when we were growing up as teenagers? My God. But he was high-strung enough to be in Naval WHCA, and then he was in the Navy. He was smart enough to be a radar intercept officer. He actually had Tomcats, or a different plane. He was the backseat. Never qualified as a pilot, but he was backseat. But I lost track of him a long time ago. I was thinking about Seth. Tarna. There was a cartoon in the 1980s. We had watched heavy metal. The character that they had at the end, a warrior woman named Tarna, that was the name he latched on to. He kept the name Seth, but throughout the years he changed it. God was Seth Esquith, and Tarna was born. But all I could do is just look at him as Seth. I couldn't look at him. I couldn't look at the being as being a him. I thought it was still a him. He changed himself into a woman. Because what he was born with. He was born with both sets. But he was too damn afraid to tell anybody about it. Even the family couldn't talk to me about it. Didn't have a clue. Didn't have it. But he wasn't the kind of guy who would kiss another guy. I don't think I've been able to deal with that one as a high schooler. But he was an okay guy to hang around with. That's all I knew him as. And it shocked the hell out of me when I saw his Facebook post. And I didn't know how to deal with him as such. We communicated a message, but that was over a decade and change ago. I didn't keep track of him because I didn't know how to deal with him. I didn't know how to deal with her. I had been so used to thinking about Tarna, no longer Seth. And I don't know what motivated me to talk to her about it. I just did a video. And I'm sending it out. And sending it over to YouTube, but also I'll send a copy of it over to Facebook. Because I hate losing people in my life. Once they've already made a mark in my life, it's something yet. You're a mark in it, so is Nanaya. So is Dingo. I hate losing people in my life. Death, one thing, but geographic. I lost too many people that way. I tried to reach out to some people, but I guess not. And I've been dealing with her all night last night. Tuesday's the day we're going to the vet. Tuesday's the day we're going to the vet. A few more days. Because I don't think I could deal with it in the morning hours. That she still wants to get me up. Because she can't stand her damn ear. I gotta get that taken care of. I don't know why. It's just something came over me and I wanted to talk to him about it. I wanted to talk to her about it. I still see him, but he's not there anymore. The image of the boy is gone, and I'm left with Tarna, which is her. That may or may not go over like a lead fart in the whirlwind, but we'll see what the hell happens anyway. And well, I had to get this off my chest, Ed. One of these here millenniums we're going to talk.